Yo, how's it going? Hello there. Welcome to the MastoCast, the monoblog podcast, hosted by yours truly, Master Dan. Why is it called a monoblog? Because it's half monologue, half blog. You get me? Just blogging in audio format, I guess. There you go. Yeah, hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome to episode... What's this one? 17 now. This one's episode 17. Welcome. Hope you're all having a lovely weekend if you listen to this on the Friday. And, yeah, thanks very much everyone for listening to the past episode or any of the past other episodes that have been out for a while now. How long has this podcast been going for? It's been going for 3 months now, which is insane. No! Yes. Yeah, 3.5 months. 3.5 months. I do apologise there. I was just trying to recollect when the first one came out, because the first one came out when I was on the Megabus, the fucking Outbreak Festival. So that's where it all began. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone who's listened to the previous episodes that came out and everything. Everyone for your questions and that sort of stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome that it's still going and people are still listening. Like every week or so, I always put out a podcast thinking, no one's listening to this shit. But like when I look at the stats, like a good few people are actually listening, you know. Like, and it's great. It's great. It's great that people are happy enough to listen to me ramble on about what's going on, and hopefully taking in like a few like game reviews and music reviews and stuff like that, or the odd movie one here and there. But yeah, it's just all fun. It's just all fun, and I like it. But yeah, welcome to episode 17. As I have said, what has been going on? What has been going on recently? I have not been listening to a lot of new music, to be honest, because as I have been going on about how amazing the Code Orange album is, it's literally near enough all I've been listening to. There's a couple of albums that I have listened to, bits of, and one album that I'm really liking ever since last Friday, but it's just been taken over by how amazing that Code Orange album is. I hope people who have listened to the podcast have given it a listen, because it's one of the best albums that's come out this year, and yeah, I still can't stop listening to it. So that might mean that this week's reviews of new music or whatever might be a little bit on the down low. That's all. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I've been to a couple of gigs as well. I'll talk about them, and I've been playing some more GTA San Andreas, as well as been streaming Silent Hill. Which has been awesome. It's been dope, and I've just been getting ready for the holidays. Really, I'm going to Rhodes on Tuesday, and I'm very, very excited. I'm so excited. I've been looking at the weather forecast every day. It just looks like it's going to be sunny all week. All week that I'm there. I've not been on holiday for a long time. Like, a good sunny holiday abroad. Like, the last time I've been abroad was literally just before COVID. It was at Amsterdam, like for Haley's birthday actually, and it was great. It was a great time being away. Although it was around about the end of January, still quite cold, and like we were only there for like half a day for that, because what you can do, like you can get like the ferry over from Newcastle, and the ferry alone takes about a day to get there. But you know, the ferry's like a good vibe. It's cool. Like you sleep overnight on the ferry, and there's like some entertainment on. There's like a band playing, all that, like a covers band. There's bingo and shit like that. There's a bar, or there's a coffee shop if you want to just chill out and read a book or whatever. But yeah, it's rad. It's rad, the ferry to Newcastle, and yeah, it's awesome. Sorry, not to Newcastle, to Amsterdam, sorry. So yeah, I've been at Amsterdam before, and like, it was cool, it was chill, but like, you felt like you had to cram so much into one day, and it barely felt like that much of like a holiday, really. It was just a quick visit over to another country. It was still awesome though. It was still awesome. But that was like the last time I've been abroad technically. And I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, I remember when we got back to Newcastle from Amsterdam, I think that is when we got news that COVID was hitting the UK. So ever since then, I've not been abroad. I've not been to any other country. I mean, apart from Scotland, but that's about it. But yeah, and the last sort of really sunny holiday I've been to was 2018, I think, when I went to Ayia Napa. And to be honest, that felt like being in England, because it was just like you were walking down like the street, like towards like the town and all that, and it would just be like pubs, that were like English pub here, full English breakfast served here, Foster's served here, Sky Sports available to watch here, and like, you know, there was just no culture at all. I mean, it was canny, but you know, and I did go to Krakow with the family and Haley and all that in I believe that was 2019. Yeah, 2019. Like in the middle of May, I went to Krakow for the week, and it pissed down the whole week we were there. Like, no joke, pissed down. There might have been 1 or 2 days where it stopped, and I know on the very last day before we had to get our flight back, it was really sunny. Like, yeah, that was the best that I'd been on, like, fucking typical, like, sunny, like, on the way home. Like, great. But yeah, I am very, very much looking forward to going to Rhodes on Tuesday. So I've just been prepping for that. I've been getting the Euros in and everything, and getting some new holiday swag and all that sort of shit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So if you are hoping that there's going to be a podcast out on Friday while I'm away, do not worry, because I will have you covered. As long as everything still lines up and everything is all good. Next week's episode will be joined by none other than Spike again. Spike's coming back on. And much like the last episode where we talked about our underrated PS1 games, we're going to be talking about our underrated PlayStation 2 games, which I'm very, very excited to do. Spike was on last time, and he was awesome. He was really, really great. An awesome, awesome host. And yeah, I'm looking forward to recording another episode of him. So I'm literally going to record that episode the day before our flight takes place, and I'm going to schedule it so that it's out for the Friday. It'll be up on YouTube. It'll be up on all your audio podcasts and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, get excited for that. It's going to be great. Looking forward to having Spike on again. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Right. Anyways, that's enough about my life. So, what have I been doing? Gaming-wise. So, I did a stream. I did a night shift stream. When was it? It was Tuesday night. So, sometimes, every now and then, I have these night shift streams. Like, what happens with my job is I work like a 4-on-4 type deal, so it's 2 days and 2 night shifts, and in between like the day and the night shift, I like to try and stay awake for as long as possible, just to like get my sleeping pattern like sorted out for the night shift, really. And I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna play Silent Hill. I'm gonna stream it later the night. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. And I did that. I was expecting to only be on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because Silent Hill's not too much of a long game. I can do these streams that are a less longer duration, and because like Final Fantasy VII really took some time doing, so I had to do some long streams on that. I ended up playing Silent Hill for like 3 hours. Like, I absolutely loved it. Like I've not played all the way through Silent Hill before, like the first one. 2, 3, and 4 played them twice over. I've probably played Silent Hill 2 about 5 times. Finished it and completed it and everything. Just one of the best horror games ever. But Silent Hill 1 I've never actually played before. Well, no, sorry. I have played before, but I've not finished it before. So this is the time for me to finish it. Like it rules. It absolutely rules. Like they nailed the game when they made it. I have to say, in 1999, they absolutely nailed it. It's awesome. So where am I at on Silent Hill 2? Been in the elementary school bit, and now I'm in the hospital, as most Silent Hills end up taking place at. So yeah, now in the hospital setting, and it's so good, so haunting, so bleak, so horrifying. All being a PlayStation 1 title. Like, it's mad that a PlayStation 1 game from 1999 can still fucking scare you like that. If I could find it, there's one point where I properly shit myself. Like, like a big massive bang happened in a very silent room, like where a body fell out of a locker. And I fully went, "Ah!" like that. And proper shit myself. So, yeah. That was awesome. It was an awesome stream. Like, considering I was on it like between the hours of 10 o'clock till actually no, I wasn't on for 3 hours. I was on for about just over 2 hours. I was on after midnight, anyways. Like, people were still over to watch, and it was great. So yeah, hopefully I'll get another streaming before I go on holiday. Because that game is awesome. It's brilliant. It's going to be streaming a shorter game now, rather than like. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Final Fantasy VII, and I loved streaming it, and it has just become one of my favorite games ever. Like, it takes a toll streaming for like 4 to 5 hours trying to play a game. Like, I don't know what it is, but like it just makes me. Like, I just prefer, like, these shorter runs of streaming, like, playing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or something like that. I feel like when I've streamed for a really, really long time, like, I feel like I'm losing the audience a bit like that. I start to, like, you know, think of less things to talk about. I concentrate on the game too much. Whereas, like, doing, like, shorter streams for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, like I'm more engaged, and I feel like I am putting on a stream, in a sense, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, really enjoying Silent Hill. It's great. Been playing some more GTA San Andreas, of course. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant game. Loving it. I'm now at Las Venturas, which is awesome. Very, very colourful part of the San Andreas map. Looks a bit more like Vice City, but I don't think I'm too far off from finishing the game now. Loving it. I think it still remains my favourite GTA. I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, that's all I've been playing recently. I mean, I've been taking my Switch over to work, and just slowly chipping away at some like the side quests and side adventures and stuff on Tears of the Kingdom. Of course, I did finish that. Like, when was it? About 2 months ago, something like that. And yeah, you know, I'm still playing it. That's how fucking awesome it is. And yeah, but Mario Kart as well, like at work. Been playing that with a couple of boys, and it's been really great. It's been really great. So yeah, that's it. That's been it for gaming, really. I will say, Sony have announced the new PlayStation 5, which looks to be the PlayStation 5 Slim. Like, they haven't actually got like a. I don't think they've got a name announced for it yet. It just says it's a new PlayStation 5 model, which is launching next month. Like, you know, perfectly timed for the holiday season. And it doesn't look all that much different to the one that we know now today, the one that is currently out. Like, I can't get a grasp of how big it is or anything like that, because there's no like A/B comparison or anything. It just looks the same, apart from the plates are different. So they're like sort of halved. So like on the side of the PlayStation, like it's sort of cut down the middle, and the top half, if you were standing the PlayStation 5, is like a glossy white, and the bottom is a matte white, which is like, why have you made it gloss white? Did you not fucking learn from the PlayStation 3, the fat PlayStation 3 model where it was glossy on the top and it was getting scratches everywhere. No, you fucking didn't you? And they've done that. They've done that. And the one thing that you can do with this, which I don't think is a bad idea, to be fair, it's a removable disk drive, which has been rumoured for a long time. So basically, you could just buy the PlayStation 5 digital as it is, right? Just a PlayStation 5 digital. So they've got the prices up. They have got the prices up for it, which I'll find here. It is, if you're in the UK, the digital version is £390, which is, I think, a little bit more than what you would pay now. And it's, let's see, £449.99 in euros in Europe, $449.99 in US dollars, and in Japan, 59,980 yen. So yeah, that's the digital edition. And if you decide somewhere later on down the line that I want to play discs again, or the digital thing just isn't working out for you because it's too much storage space and stuff like that, you can buy an attachable disk drive. So I think that's how these plates on the side come to play. Because, like I said, they're both split down the middle. You could take the bottom plate off, attach a disk drive, and then put a different plate on over the top. So it's got like that curve, like for the disk drive. So not a bad idea, but still looks ugly. I think the PlayStation 5 is the most ugliest PlayStation console ever released. I just don't like the look of it at all. Yeah, just don't like it. I don't like it. Never have done. I mean, I love the console itself. Plays great. I've got one. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing piece of kit, but it looks fugly, and I can't stand it on like my TV stand or anything like that. There's just no room for it because it's big, and like when it's laid down, it just looks wrong. It just looks absolutely wrong. It looks like a console that's not meant to be laid down. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really. But there you go. There's the new PlayStation 5. I guess slim. So detachable disk drive. I don't know like the dimensions of it. All I know, they put like a description of it, like basically saying, where is it at? Here it is. It's got a bigger SSD drive as well, rather than the really weird A125 that you got originally. It's 1 terabyte, so a little bit of extra space. You probably fit half a game on. Great. But it's been reduced in volume by more than 30% and weight by 18% and 24% compared to the previous models. But yeah, if you don't like the matte look as well, if you don't like the glossy finish, you can get they are going to be releasing some different colorways and all that sometime next year. So be stoked about that if you want one of these. It's not making me want to trade mine in for one of these at all. Looks the fucking same, doesn't it? Anyways, that's it for video gaming and all that. I went to see a couple of gigs over the week. Last Saturday, was it Saturday? Yes, last Saturday I went to go see Better Lovers at the Brudenell in Leeds, my favourite venue of all time. I've spoke about Better Lovers before on this podcast. I sort of reviewed like their EP that they dropped a couple of months back. It's great, 4-track EP. It's awesome. Better Lovers are pretty much a supergroup consisting of 3 of the members from Every Time I Die, Greg Pucciato, singer from Dangerous Escape Plan, and Will Putney, who is of Fit for an Autopsy and is just a really, really well-known producer in like the metal hardcore sort of genre. Like he's an incredible producer. Like the sound he gets from all them albums are absolutely outstanding. So he plays guitar, and Every Time I Die sort of influence sort of tunes, really, really big, thick, meaty riffs, awesome. And I saw them on their first UK headline run. They played the Brudenell, and I went to the matinee show. So they played 2 shows in one day. They played a matinee show, which is like earlier on in the afternoon, and they did one in the night as well, which is a really cool idea. I think it's awesome. And yeah, the night one sold out instantly, pretty much. So they went, okay, we'll do a matinee one, and yeah, it was a great gig. It was great gig. I'll talk about Blanket, who opened up the show. I've seen them before. They opened up for Zealand, and I thought they were great, and for some reason just never caught onto them since then. They have got an album out. I think it's just recently came out on Church Road Records, who are a record label I really like. But they were cool. Like, they sounded great. Like very sort of ethereal and riffy. Deftones vibes. Sort of Bosk Mastodon type riffing. It sounded pretty cool. They were awesome. Liked them a lot. Tight. They're very, very tight. One thing that I did find that was a bit weird though, the band. Like, backing tracks I could sort of take or leave these days now. Like, but they had backing track for the majority of the vocals, right? Like, there was harmonies that were going on in the song. So obviously the singer was doing his thing, but there was harmonies for nearly every song, for all of the song. Like every, you know what I mean? Like every song, like all the way through, there were vocal harmonies, and like all of a sudden, like there was like they were getting into like this riffy bit where the singer wasn't doing anything, and you could hear like these screamo like vocals coming out of the backing track, which I thought was just a bit weird. Like, just threw me off completely, and I was like, what? Why have you got like your screamo vocals like on a backing track? Like, I just thought it was really, really odd. Just thought it was really, really odd. Yeah, didn't like that. But as a band, they sounded good. They were decent. I'll have to give their album a listen. But yeah, they were great. They were good. And Better Lovers, when they came on, awesome. Sold out Brudenell. Stage diving left, right, and centre. There was a point where 3 people got literally piled on top of Greg Puciato, and I thought he was going to die. But yeah, Better Lovers were great. It was just like seeing Every Time I Die again. It didn't fully fill that Every Time I Die hole that I'm missing now at the moment, but it was there. It was there. It was there to patch it up, and it was just great seeing the Every Time I Die members on stage again, and Greg Puciato like fronting a band as well. All again, like, you know, I've not seen him since Dillinger Escape Plan, which was a good fucking hell. That was 8 years ago. Dillinger Escape Plan. No, sorry, it wasn't. It was 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago since I last seen Dillinger Escape Plan. As they're no longer with us anymore. But yeah, he's an awesome frontman. He's great. They played all the songs from the EP. They also played some new songs that they haven't, they might have recorded, but they've not released yet, which I'm very, very looking forward to hearing, because they sound awesome. And they covered Rusty Cage by Soundgarden, which is a song I absolutely love. I love Soundgarden. They played Rusty Cage. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas a lot recently, which that song features on, and I was just like, oh yes, this is fucking awesome. And yeah, it was literally about half an hour set, but it was awesome. Like, literally got there for what time? I went with good buddy Jake, who was on the podcast before. We got there for about 2 o'clock on a Saturday, and doors haven't opened for a bit, so we went to the bar area of the Broodnell. Again, my favourite venue of all time. Don't charge your fucking arm and a leg for a drink. And sat outside in the beer garden, right? And the weather was beautiful. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. We were sat outside. It was like, I shit you not, like 28 degrees. Like, at the beginning of October. It's insane. I had my shorts on, just t-shirt, cap, with a pint of Northern Monk, a little faith. It was beautiful. It was awesome. Really, really nice beer garden weather. And doors opened at 3 o'clock. Blanket went on at 3:30. And Better Lovers went on at 4:45, I think. And their set finished for about 5:30. So that was it. Gig was over at 5:30. Jake was driving, so I got home for about 6:30. Had a Nando's. Watched a movie. Oh no, we didn't. Well, we watched Taskmaster, and then I was in bed for 10 o'clock. It was fucking brilliant. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And I'd do a matinee gig fucking all the time now. Do a matinee gig. Fucking get home in bed for 9 o'clock. Sorted. Love it. But yeah, that was Better Lovers. It was awesome. I went to another gig literally 2 days later, which was one of my favourite bands ever. And it was Fuel for a Friend playing their debut album, Casually Dressed and Deep in Conversation, in its entirety, which was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I've seen Fuel for a Friend, this will be my 7th time now. I've seen them play Hours in its entirety. Hours is my personal favourite Fuel for a Friend album, but I do love Casually Dressed. That's my second favourite. It is like tinsy wincy bit away from being as good as Hours for me, but I still love it. But yeah, Fuel for a Friend have been going again for a good 2 or 3 years now, ever since they reunited. And I've seen them like 4 times ever since they've reunited over the past couple of years or so. Original lineup, they've been doing like these tours, like playing like the first few albums, and nothing after that. They've been doing like the festival circuits, like Sam Dunk and Download and everything, and now they've got this tour playing Casually Dressed in full. It was awesome. It was really, really great. I should talk about the support acts first, actually, before I get on about for a Friend. Higher Power opened up the show. Hardcore band from Leeds, really, really great, good 90s vibes. Did feel a bit sorry for them though, because it just wasn't their crowd. I don't think the crowd got it, and B, just didn't get a good turnout because there was issues with the C Tickets wallet app. We also had the same issue. It took a bit of time for the app to work so that we could, show our tickets to get in. And it made me miss paper tickets so much because I wouldn't have that fucking problem. And yeah, I just walked in as Higher Power started already, and so I probably missed like a song or two, which I was a bit gutted about. But yeah, Higher Power were great. They were awesome. I've seen them do better, just because I've seen them have their own crowds before, and they're fucking ferocious and more feral. Whereas this time they were just sort of like just going along with it. But they sounded great though. They looked great, and I don't think the crowd was that into it, to be honest. But yeah, Dashboard Confessions were on next. They were like the main support act, and they were good. They were good. I don't know a lot of Dashboard Confessional, like Confession by me. Don't know a lot of Dashboard Confessional. Fucking shut up. And I know the Spider-Man song Vindicated. They played that. That was quality. And Stolen. You have stolen my heart. emo vibes, mid noughties emo vibes. It was good, like very professional sort of band, like set up really well. All looked like they were having an absolute blast, just looking at each other back and forth and like smiling and like just loving what they're doing. Like they were all like smiling, like just loving it. Like loved playing all these sad songs. So yeah, fair play to them. And ever since that gig, I've had fucking Vindicated stuck in my head. Like just been singing it. Vindicated, I am selfish, I am wrong, I know I'm wrong, I swear I'm right. Swear I knew it all along. And then Tobey Maguire comes out and gets his fucking Spider-Man suit on and kills the baddies. And yeah, there you go. Dashboard Confessional. But yeah, Feeling for a Friend. They're an amazing band. I love them. Their back catalogue just means a lot to me, especially like when I was getting into metal and everything. And just hearing a lot of songs from Casually Dressed that I've not heard before. Just brilliant. Just really, really great. They're a very, very tight band live. They were awesome. Like, Your Revolution is a Joke. Not heard that live before. It was very sort of intimate. And, like, you know, Matt Davies done, like, a very sort of touching speech about, like, the way the government is acting at the moment. Like, you know, recently everything sort of, like, hinting about all the stuff that Rishi Sunak's been saying as of recently with his transphobic comments, which he didn't need to fucking do. Just get onto the real issues of the country, you fucking tosser, transphobic piece of shit. So he was getting on about that. He was saying fuck the Tories and all that sort of stuff, which, you know, all in favour for. And yeah, after they played Casually Dressed, they played what did they play? They played this year's Most Open Heartbreak, into Streetcar, which is awesome, into Oblivion, into Roses for the Dead, which he did like a really sort of meaningful speech about that song as well, like really sort of emotional, like talking about, you know, how the band's been going for his entire life, all the stuff he's learned, the people he's gained, the people he's lost and all. That was really, really sort of emotional gig for him. Like one of the most emotional Female Friend gigs I've ever sort of witnessed, really. And yeah, it was awesome. And then they finished with History, which they always do. Beautiful song, amazing. But yeah, Fuel for a Friend, amazing band. They're great. They're always great live. What they're gonna do next after this tour, I don't know. Could they have another album in the wraps? I don't know. Another nostalgia tour? I don't know. I kind of hope they don't stay a nostalgia act or anything like that. If their heart's in it, I hope that like they could do like an album with that original lineup. It would be interesting to see. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Feel for a Friend forever, man. I love them. Absolutely love them. But yeah. Questions. I have asked for questions. I literally finished my night shift at 6 o'clock this morning as I record this podcast. And I thought, fuck, I need people to send me some questions in for the podcast. So I'm going to record it when I wake up. And I did. You all delivered. And yeah, I've actually got a few questions to answer. First one is on the Instagram. So if you are listening to this podcast and thinking, I want to send Danny some silly questions, all the links in the discography, the description of the podcast you listen to, whether it be YouTube or all the audio ones that you listen to, all of the links are in there for the Instagram, all the socials, and the... What's it called? I forgot what it's called. What's the app called? Discord, that's the one. I completely forgot the name of the app. The Mastodon Discord. If you want to send questions in, go ahead and do so. It's always fun to answer some silly questions. Sorry, I yawned there. But the first one comes from Instagram, and it is from the lovely Haley Taylor. And it is quite simply, what's your favourite Pokemon game? And that's easy for me. My favourite Pokemon game is Sapphire and Ruby. They are my favourite. They are the best. I just remember like when it came out, and it was actually my brother's. He got it for his birthday. It was when I started secondary school at the age of 11, and this was 2003. The game just come out, and my brother got it for his birthday, and we pretty much shared the cartridge together, and it was. I think we pretty much shared the same save because he was happy enough for letting me playing it, and yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome game, and it was at a point where like, I'd played like Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue, and Silver, Crystal, whatever. At the time the Game Boy Color was out, but I feel like on the Game Boy Advance, they perfected it with Sapphire and Ruby, just like graphically and everything. Like the soundtrack is really, really cool, and like it got to a point where they added more Pokemon, and I was like, I'm done. I don't need any more Pokemon added to the list. Like, this is a perfect amount of Pokemon that I would like to catch, and Sapphire and Ruby was just ace. It was really, really great. I've replayed it a good few times, completed it a couple of times, and yeah, that is the one I usually go back to. Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, Emerald, they're my favorite. They're my go-to Pokemon games. Like, I love all the other ones as well. I love Red, Blue, Silver, Crystal, Gold, whatever. I love Yellow. I really like the Brilliant Diamond one that came out for the Switch, the reboot for what was Diamond and Pearl. I've not played Sword and Shield, and I've not played what's the is that the latest one? No, Sword and Shield isn't the latest one. I can't remember what the latest one is. The one that's buggy that people aren't liking. It's just gone to a point for me now where the amount of Pokemon's a bit overwhelming for me. Like, if I want to catch them all, it's becoming more of a task. You know what I mean? But the other ones that are out, not really. I tried Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64 because it's on the Nintendo NSO, and I tried that. I couldn't get away with that, really, to be honest. Pokemon Snap isn't really my thing. Detective Pikachu looks a bit rubbish. Yeah, I can't really get into other Pokemon games. Like the trading card game rules. But yeah, there's not a lot. I like the mainline sort of Game Boy games, where you start off as your own person and you collect Pokemon along the way, and you have your role playing fights and that sort of stuff. That's my thing. That is my thing. What else? We've got questions here from good old 6 Health of Fury. So yeah, those are my favorite that's my favorite Pokemon game, Hurley. Sapphire and Ruby. 3 questions from 6 Health of Fury. First question: why are you? Why am I? Why are you? That's literally what it says. Why are you? I guess I'm me because that's how it turned out to be. I don't know. If you could paint a picture that represents your attitude, please describe what it would look like. My attitude. Don't know. I don't really take myself seriously. I don't take myself seriously, but if I had to add colours, I put black in there because I'm a bit of a fucking metalhead, a bit of a greebo goth metalhead dude. Yeah, bit of red. Red's my favourite colour. Pink. And white. Guess that'll be the palette I'd use. What it would look like, I don't know. It would look like it would look confusing. It would look silly. I don't know what it would look like. I don't know if I could paint a picture. That was me. I'd just draw a stickman figure with a guitar in its hand whilst thinking about Halo 3. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I'm terrible. If I could paint a picture that represents my attitude, I think it would just look like an accordion that's set on fire. I don't know. Accordion that's set on fire. I'm going to take that. Accordions are silly sounding. They look silly. But I like a lot of noise. The fire represents the noise. The destruction of noise. And seeing a accordion on fire is confusing. So that's what I go for. That's what I would go for. What sauce? Last question as well by Six Alpha Fury. Thank you very much, my good dude. What sauce goes best with fries? Garlic. Garlic sauce goes best with everything. Garlic sauce is the best sauce in the fucking world, and I will fucking have it on any kind of food that is edible. I mean, apart from cake, but garlic sauce on everything, especially alioli. Oh, fucking love that shit. Yeah, fries, chips, potatoes, anything. Slam some fucking alioli on there, some garlic sauce. It's great. It's great. I do like me some hot sauce as well. But yeah, garlic sauce all of the way. Anyways, those are the questions. Thank you very much, everybody, for your questions. I think that will do it. I will recommend an album for you all to listen to. It is one album I've been listening to whilst fucking smashing it at the fucking gymnasium. And it is the debut album by Joy Valence and Brae. And I kind of spoke a bit about Joy Valence and Brae when I was speaking about the Limp Bizkit gig that happened a couple of months ago. Joy Valence and Brae opened up, and I thought they were really good bands, very sort of Beastie Boys-ish. And this album called Punk Tactics is fucking awesome. Like I said earlier on in the podcast, like I was struggling to listen to other stuff because Code Orange was just taking over my life. But Joy Valence and Brae, their album Punk Tactics is one that has just stuck out with me. It's really, really great, high energy hip hop, and very, very Beastie Boys influence, very sort of late 80s, early 90s stuff that's going on. Like Zach De La Rocha type vocals. I think it's like two frontmen doing the whole thing. It's just great. It's a great, quite angsty, quite abrasive and heavy, but like quite goofy sounding as well. It's just awesome. Like the first song, Punk Tactics, like hit you with the punk tastics. Fucking awesome. Drop. The song's like, you know we like to drop bombs. Watch your step. There's a specific lyric that I like called that goes, shit gets real when I bust out the Crocs. Like, fucking brilliant. Kill Bill is very inspired by the movie of the same name. Like, it's got like that, like in Kill Bill. Like they've got that sampled in it and all that, and it's like, it's basically about killing people with a big sword, and it's like it's got that hook, it's like take that, motherfucker. Dance Now and Right Now, two songs that are very, very bouncy, very, very dancey. Just awesome. This album is brilliant. Highly recommend it. It's only about 31 minutes long. 31 minutes 16 seconds, as it says on Spotify. Joy Valence and Brae. Punk Tactics. It's an awesome album. If you like hip hop, like very sort of 90s influenced, very sort of Beastie Boys ish, look no further than this album. It's awesome. But yeah, that'll do us. That will do us for this week. And like I say, I will see you next week, as long as everything lines up and all that, and Spike's still good to do it. We will be doing the top 20. Top 20? What the fuck am I? Our top 5 most underrated PlayStation 2 games, which will be available next week on the 20th of October, as I will be at Rhodes. So yeah, get excited about that. Hope to see you then. Listen to Joey Valence Punk Tactics. Have a great weekend. If you listen to this on the Friday it comes out. Take care. Love one another. And all that sort of stuff. And yeah. It's awesome. Thanks for listening. Much love.